So you have angle BDC, as I said, is equal to angle ADB is equal to 60 degree. And what else? You have the other angle, angle DBC, is equal to angle ABD is equal to 60 degree. So we have found the two angles. And what is the reason should I give here? Because the diagonals of a rhombus bisect its interior angles.
So can I leave and rejoin one
Yes.
call is coming?
Yes. So angle B, what is angle B? Hence, what are the angles that we have got? Angle B is 60 plus 60, which is equal to 120 degree. And here, if you see in the figure, angle D is also 60 plus 60. Which is 120 degree. So two angles, and the other two also we had found out. Other two, how much had we found out here? Angle C, we had found out to be 60 degree, and angle A was also 60 degree. Angle A is equal to angle C is equal to 60 degree. So all the angles we have found out. Angle A is 60, angle B is 120, angle C is also 60, and angle D is 120. Okay. So no angles were given. Only the fact that one diagonal is equal to the sides of the rhombus was given. From that, we found out all the angles. What helped us find out the angle? What helped us was that this triangle that you see ABD, this triangle was an equilateral triangle. Okay. So we'll continue with the next problem then. Okay. Next problem is this question number 2. In the figure given below, ABCD is a rectangle. If angle CEB is to angle ECB is equal to 3:2. Find number 1, angle CEB, angle DCF. So what is the figure given here? This kind of a figure is given to you. Okay, this figure is given to you. Now you read the question and better you draw the diagram once again so that you can label. Okay, now once I've drawn the diagram, now read the question. This question states that in the figure given below, ABCD is a rectangle. If angle CEB is to angle ECB, which two angles are they talking about? CEB, this is my point E. So CEB is this angle, is to ECB. ECB is this angle. That means the ratio of these two angles is given. What is the ratio given? 3:2. If the ratio is given as 3:2, then I can take angle CEB, I can take as 3x, and angle ECB, I can take as 2x, right? So let's write here with a pencil, we'll write CEB is 3x and ECB is 2x, right? Now, also what we know is that since ABCD is a rectangle, all the interior angles are 90 degree. So angle A is equal to angle B is equal to angle C is equal to angle D is equal to 90 degree. Reason is each interior angle of a rectangle is a right angle, right? So that means this angle here is 90 degree. Let's mark it with the pencil. This angle here is 90 degree, angle B, right? So now you see, you look at the triangle ECB. This triangle, you can see what are the angles in this triangle. One angle is 90 degree. What are the other two angles? 3x and 2x, right? And you know sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So you can find out x from here. But let's look at the question before finding out x. You have to find out which angle? CEB. CEB, that means you will have to find out this angle. That means you will have to find out x. So that means in triangle CEB, angle CEB plus angle ECB plus angle, you can simply write angle B also, is equal to 90 degree, is equal to 180 degree, because sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. You'll give your reason. Sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Now you put the values. CEB is how much? CEB is 3x. ECB is 2x. And angle B is 90 degree. That means you get 5x plus 90 is equal to 180. You can find out x from here. X is equal to 18 we are getting. If we're getting x is equal to 18, what is angle CEB? Angle CEB was 3x, right? And the value of x is 18. And 18 to 3 is how much? 54 degree. Right? So you have found out CEB. What is the next angle that we need to find out? Angle DCF. So this is your point F. Angle DCF is this angle that we need to find out. So how will I find out this angle? See that this angle 3x that we have found, how much have we found? Let's write the angle. We have found this to be 54 degree. So erase this and write 54 degree. Right? Now, once we have got this 54 degree, this angle must also be 54 degree. You agree? Do you agree this angle should also be 54 degree? Why? Can anyone give me the reason why?
Which one, sir?
This angle should also be 54 degree. Why?
Sir, alternative angle.
Alternate angles. So you write angle DCE.
Sorry.
Is
Sir,
equal
does
to angle?
does the property straight line is equals to 180 degree
Exactly.
is correctly satisfied with parallelogram and rhombus?
Which one? Repeat your question.
So does the property straight line is equals to 180 degree satisfies with rhombus and parallelogram.
Yes, this has no resemblance to rhombus and parallelogram. Straight line means 180
So-
degree.
Yes, sir.
So now if this angle is 54 degree, then how much will be this angle?
It's in 13.2 number 2.
180 minus 54, right? Because sum of interior
Yes,
angles
sir.
is sum of
Yes, sir.
angles on a same straight line is equal to 180. So therefore we write which angle we need to find out? DCF, which we have found 180 minus 854. So therefore you can directly write DCF is equal to 180 minus 54. So this is 126 degree, because you'll give your reason angles, sum of angles on the same straight line is equal to 180 degree. That's it. That finishes with this sum. So as simple as this.
Sir, I have a doubt in one sum, sir.
Tell me.
So 13.2 number 2.
My question numbers will differ from your book. So it is better if you can send me a picture in the group.
So what you have written after same
After
sum of, sir, after same straight line ST.
same straight line, ST. ST is short for straight line.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now if we can proceed with the next sum. The next sum here is on problem here is number 3, I think. Yes. In the
Sir,
figure.
then sir,
Yes. Tell me
can I
first.
send you question, sir? Can I send this
Send,
question?
okay, send.
Person?
In the figure given below.
No.
AB is parallel to DC. Angle A is equal to 74 degree. And angle B is equal to angle C is equal to 4:5. Question is find number 1 angle D, number 2 angle B, number 3 angle C. And this figure that is given to you here,
It's an isosceles trapezium, I think.
this is a trapezium, not an isosceles trapezium. This is a simple trapezium. Okay, this angle is given to you as 74 degree, angle A. And obviously these two sides are parallel because opposite sides of a trapezium will always be parallel. And you have to find out the other angles, the remaining angles. Now let's see how to find out. We'll see how to write this a little later, but for the time being, let's see how to find out. First of all, angle A is 74 degree. What is the ratio given here? Angle B is to angle C is equal to 4:5. So I can take angle B here as 4x, and I can take angle C here as 5x. You agree? Now,
Yes.
4x plus 5x. I'm not writing, don't write here. Okay. This is just roughly I'm showing you. Now 4x plus 5x must be equal to 180 degree, because adjacent angles of a trapezium, the sum of adjacent angles of a trapezium is 180 degree. So you can find out x from here. That means x you get as 20. So therefore, how much will be angle B? Angle B will be 4x, which is equal to 4 into 20, which is equal to 80. How much will be angle C? Angle C will be 5x, 5 into 20, which is equal to 100. Right? We have found angle B and angle C. How will you find angle D? It is sum of the interior angles of quadrilateral is equal to 360 degree. You can use that. Or what you can also do is that the sum of this angle and this angle will be equal to 180 degree. If I call this angle as y, therefore y plus 74 must be equal to 180. That means, therefore, what is y? 180 minus 74.
Sir, but y is also adjacent to angle C, sir.
Yes, they are adjacent, but y and 74, these two are co-interior angles also. That is why their sum is 180 degree. Because these two lines are parallel, right? Clear? Is it clear?
No, sir. No,
If
sir.
two
I'm
lines,
saying
or
that.
you can look at it in this way also. If two straight lines are parallel and you have a transversal, what is the sum of this angle and this angle? 180 degree, right? Sum of these two angles.
180 degree.
So in case of a trapezium, now if you see, this is a parallel line, this is a parallel line. This is a transversal, right? So therefore sum of this and this must be equal to 180 degree. Clear?
Sir, then why won't we take D and C?
Because these two sides are not parallel. Is this side parallel to this side?
No, sir.
Then we are
But
taking
they are adjacent.
they are adjacent, but their sum is not equal to 180 degree. But in a trapezium, the adjacent sides, the sum of adjacent sides will only be equal to 180 degree if we know which two sides are parallel. Understood? If we don't know which two sides are parallel, then we cannot take the sum to be 180 degree because these two are not parallel.
Okay.
Therefore, we cannot take the sum of D and C to be 180 degree. Okay. So what I'll do is I will write this sum. I'll show you the way to write this sum in the next class, and one more class on quadrilaterals, and then quadrilateral chapter should be finished.